Bahamas Immigration, come to the door.
The soundtrack of the day. Immigration officers knocking on door after door in search of migrants unable to provide legal documentation to be in the Bahamas. This after authorities were left baffled by the discovery of an empty sloop large enough to carry up to 250 people was discovered on the shoreline of southern New Providence on Saturday. And despite being a stone's throw away from the Defense Force base, there was no sign of anyone who traveled to the Bahamas on this vessel. But come Monday morning, both Defense Force and immigration officers had boots on the ground as they cut through bushes and tracked long dirt roads in search of any illegal migrants. Teams searched far and wide from Rock Crusher near the Chippenham area to Adelaide in the north.
That's my...
I need a photo ID with your name on it.
That's mine. Good morning.
Yeah.
Sherry.
To areas off Carmichael Road. To get to one shantytown deep in bushes off Carmichael, the drive along the dirt road took nearly 10 minutes. And when we finally arrived at the village, teams began their roundups. One woman took off running, but officers soon found out she was in search of her documents. However, this man sitting comfortably in this Haitian club wasn't bothered producing his permit. However, it turns out it was expired. On the other side of this village, a whole community. Officers apprehended some like this woman, who was visibly shaken but didn't put up a fight as she grabbed her child's belongings and proceeded to the bus. And a few more will be taken in this community. The journey then continued just a few minutes away to yet another shantytown, also off Carmichael Road, as officers knocked on doors. Many times they were greeted by children, most of them no older than 7 years of age. This woman, unfazed, told officers she was straight.
Yeah, if they want, I could show you something. Okay, hold on.
She's straight.
Look, I have my son make baby. See, I have plenty of gunshot now. I have Tahiti, they deny gunshot.
Then there were homes like this one where there were clear signs that someone was home with keys and a cell phone in the couch. But as officers looked, no one in sight.
Where mommy? Where mommy?
She got
Imami go and get female Haiti.
Sherry, who live here?
Huh?
Who live here?
One?
Yeah.
I think that's a lady going out.
She going out?
Yeah.
She leave every day, man.
She gonna leave her school, her skis here.
Huh?
Her house skis here, her phone here.
You think?
Her shoes even
No,
here.
there you want.
You sure?
There, yes, I sure.
Officers then had their work cut out for them in this house, as a man tried to hide in the closet and put up a fight when asked to come out.
Every day?
Let's go, Manji. You didn't deny my leg.
And in the home next door, a woman who ignored the knock and calls of immigration officers until eventually someone spotted her. Immigration officer Solomon Clark was in charge of today's operation. He said it's not just about those believed to have come on the sloop this past weekend.
Someone who's illegal is illegal. Whether they came on the boat, they came on the plane, otherwise. But what we're trying to do is just capture down the areas that we know they normally walk into when they come up the boats.
According to Kirkland Neely, who heads the Immigration's Enforcement Unit, at last count, 27 people were apprehended, including Haitian, Jamaican, and Colombian nationals. 2 children were also taken into custody. But the journey for all picked up today ended at the Carmichael Road Detention Center. Some would be released upon finding the right documentation, but for all others, the wait starts until deportation. All this comes just weeks after the Prime Minister gave all illegal migrants a deadline of December 31st to leave the country. But still, the question remains, how did a sloop of this size make it ashore without being spotted? Up to news time, none of our calls to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force for comment were returned. Reporting for our news, I'm Kyle Joaquin.